Trump's tariff hikes send cryptocurrencies soaring. Altcoin wakes up ETF buying spree. Will Bitcoin surge above $110,000 just be a flash in the pan? With the joint efforts of institutions, governments, and ETFs, can Bitcoin reach $200,000 in the second half of 2025? MiPay's technological innovation responds to the global regulatory storm and builds a bridge between the crypto world and reality. Circle and HKEX team up. Will stablecoins replace traditional US dollar transactions? Bybit has launched Pump with great fanfare. Will legal shadows become a stumbling block?
On Thursday, July 10th, I am Michael on the English channel of BitcoinTV. Let's start with the 24-hour data headlines of the cryptocurrency circle. This week, with both macro and regulatory factors favorable, Bitcoin broke through $110,000 and soared to $112,000, directly pushing the Panic and Greed Index to 71, officially entering the greed mode. Let's talk about regulation first. The US SEC has made a statement that tokenized securities are still securities in nature and must comply with federal securities laws. Although there are many rules, at least it gives real-world assets a sense of security. RWA. The blockchain has laid a more stable foundation, allowing institutions to enter the market with peace of mind. Looking at the macro situation, the Federal Reserve has just released the minutes of the June FOMC meeting, and some officials are almost unable to hold back and want to cut interest rates in July. Although inflation has not been completely suppressed, the overall tone is mild, and the market immediately imagined that interest rates will be cut this year. With these multiple assists, Bitcoin surged in short-term volume, breaking through the psychological barrier of $110,000. Investors also felt excited, and the greed index hit a new high. It seems that the flame of the bull market has been ignited again. Trump has started to make a fuss again, announcing that from August 1st, Brazil will be subject to a 50% import tariff, and the Philippines, Iraq, Libya, and other countries will also be included in the new wave of tariff lists, with tax rates ranging from 20% to 30%. At the same time, a 50% tariff will be imposed on copper, and the global raw material market may be shaken. Don't forget, this is the 22nd tariff package Trump has issued recently, which really takes America first to the extreme. The market's risk aversion sentiment has also heated up. On July 9th, the US spot Bitcoin ETFs received $216 million in one day, of which RKB alone accounted for $57 million. Spot Ethereum ETF. On the same day, the net inflow was $206.57 million, a record high. Institutions are obviously planning to hedge risks and are optimistic about Bitcoin, the digital gold, especially now. ETF. The channel is becoming smoother, and the ability to attract money is getting stronger. In the past week, old antique coins that have been silent for many years, especially Bitcoin that has been dormant for more than 7 to 10 years, moved collectively in early July. This situation is not common, and often means that market leaders have new ideas about the current $110,000 range. On-chain data shows that the transaction volume in the 7 to 10-year range of the used output age band has skyrocketed, and even old coins of 5 to 7 years and more than 10 years have become active. Historical experience shows that the movement of old coins often occurs before and after the market changes. Some people may cash out or reallocate assets. At present, long-term holders hold 74% of the Bitcoin in the market, a 15-year high, showing that big funds are still confident in Bitcoin digital gold, which echoes the position trend in the June Bitcoin monthly report. At present, the market is hot and the market is staring at $110,000. This wave of old coin awakening may be a short-term selling pressure warning, or it may just be a daily position adjustment by players on the chain. Investors still have to pay more attention. After all, the market changes in an instant. Trump has started to make a fuss again. Yo mukosai wa. Again, announcing that from August 1st, Brazil will be subject to a 50% import tariff, and the Philippines, Iraq, Libya, and other countries will also be included in the new wave of tariff lists, with tax rates ranging from 20% to 30%. At the same time, a 50% tariff will be imposed on copper, and the global raw material market may be shaken. Don't forget, this is the 22nd tariff package Trump has issued recently, which really takes America first to the extreme. The market's risk aversion sentiment has also heated up. On July 9th, the US spot Bitcoin ETFs received $216 million in one day, of which RKB alone accounted for $57 million. Spot Ethereum ETF. On the same day, the net inflow was $206.57 million, a record high. Institutions are obviously planning to hedge risks and are optimistic about Bitcoin, the digital gold, especially now. ETF. The channel is becoming smoother, and the ability to attract money is getting stronger.
Bitcoin has been strong in the first half of this year. At the beginning of the year, it was about $100,000. Influenced by the news that the United States plans to build a strategic Bitcoin reserve, it fell back to the range of $81,000 to $90,000 in March. After that, driven by institutional funds and ETFs, Bitcoin hit a new high of $111,970 on May 22, slightly adjusted in June, and closed at $107,135 on June 30th. Compared with the beginning of the year, the cumulative increase in half a year was about 11 to 12%.
I mean, can you play the clip in 2012 and 13 when it was at 200 and everybody was laughing at me on CNBC every time I would talk about Bitcoin? Where is it going? It's probably going to 100, then 150, then 200,000. In what period? I don't know. 5 years, 10 years, but it's going there.
According to the statistics of Bitcoin Asset Database, as of July 10th, the U.S. Bitcoin, the total ETF holdings reached 1,435,255 Bitcoins, among which BlackRock ranked first with more than 700,000 Bitcoins. 286 listed companies worldwide held a total of approximately 858,944 Bitcoins, of which Strategy held approximately 597,325 Bitcoins, firmly ranking as the largest holder. Governments around the world held a total of approximately 529,705 Bitcoins, of which the largest holding was the U.S. government, which held approximately 213,546 Bitcoins, indicating that Bitcoin has become a strategic reserve asset for some countries.
There are many things to watch in the second half of the year. If the Genius Act is really passed by the House of Representatives and signed by Trump, it will be equivalent to giving the green light to stablecoin regulation, and the speed of institutional funds entering the market will definitely soar. The boundary between the traditional stock market and the crypto circle may become increasingly blurred, and crypto stocks may continue to be the small rocket in the US stock market, supporting a wave of structural market conditions. Now Bitcoin is still steadily hovering in the range of 100,000 to 120,000 US dollars. If the Federal Reserve really cuts interest rates, coupled with more and more companies daring to bring digital assets to the table, and supervision is gradually implemented, Bitcoin may stage another steady sprint in the second half of the year. In the past 2 days, New Zealand has threatened to shut down about 220 cryptocurrency ATMs in the country, and also wants to cut the international cash transfer limit to $3,000. It can be seen that for some countries that are more cautious about cryptocurrencies, exchanging cryptocurrencies for legal tender is not an easy task, and they can never get around the hurdle of regulation. After one operation, either the card is frozen or the limit is limited, or even the Uncle Hat invites you to have tea. How to safely and smoothly exchange the cryptocurrency in your hands for legal tender has always been the most concerned topic among currency players. MiPay was born for this purpose. It helps users to safely and conveniently turn on-chain assets into money that can be spent in real life, and completely solves the problem of USDT exchanging legal tender. MiPay has built a multi-chain universal settlement engine focusing on the TRC-USDT channel, which can support flexible conversion with more than 20 national legal tenders. In order to bring users a more efficient and safer financial experience, MiPay recently carried out a powerful system upgrade.
MiPay. This is a proactive technical architecture upgrade, mainly involving the expansion of international clearing channels, which has increased the processing speed of cross-border remittances by 300%, and iterated the anti-money laundering risk control engine, adding support for compliance agreements in 7 countries to further ensure the safety of user funds. During the upgrade, affected by the coordinated audit of financial regulators in multiple countries, it is necessary to update the audit channel with cooperative banks and financial institutions and simultaneously access their newly issued real-time funds flow monitoring system, resulting in additional time-consuming verification. At the same time, in order to cope with the historical peak transaction volume, the system has enabled a triple-chain cold storage migration solution to ensure zero data loss in any extreme case.
Today, with increasingly stringent global regulation, challenges surrounding cryptocurrencies continue to emerge. The policies of various countries are wavering, forcing many users to carefully weigh freedom and compliance. But the more such an environment is, the more important reliable tools are highlighted. In the future, whoever can ensure security and compliance without sacrificing efficiency and user experience will have the opportunity to occupy a place in this track. Every system upgrade is always accompanied by some anxiety and waiting, but it is also to enable MiPay to serve global users faster and more safely in the future. MiPay wants to be not only a technological innovator, but also a choice that users can rely on in a turbulent market. No matter how the regulation changes, MiPay hopes to stay with every user who needs it, become a bridge connecting the encrypted world and real life, and guard the expectations and confidence for the future behind every transaction.
Let USDC be exchanged for US dollars with zero transaction fees. How attractive is this cooperation between Circle and HKEX? Pump.Fund launches 150 billion token issuance. Can Bybit take on this hot potato?
Circle, the issuer of stablecoins, has been trying hard to make USDC walk sideways in the financial circle. After all, it is pegged to the US dollar at a 1-to-1 ratio and is as stable as a small treasury. Unfortunately, our old friend HKEX, with many users and a full range of products, also joined in the fun this time and joined hands with Circle to make a big move, launching a zero-fee swap between USDC and the US dollar. This is really a benefit for our users. In the future on HKEX, whether you use US dollars to exchange USDC or exchange USDC back to US dollars, it will be 1-to-1 on the spot, and you don't have to pay a penny in fees. Think about it. You had to calculate the fees repeatedly when exchanging coins in the past, for fear that all the profits would be eaten up. Now it's good. The main feature is silky smoothness, which saves worry and money. It is really a good friend of the wallet.
HKEX will use cooperation with multiple banks to simplify the process of exchanging cryptocurrency for legal currency, making USDC transactions and payments more convenient and close to the traditional currency experience. This cooperation involves Standard Chartered Bank, DBS Bank, and BankFrick, as well as the integration of Apple Pay and PayPal, supporting users to seamlessly exchange between 12 blockchain networks such as Ethereum, Solana, Polygon, etc. This multi-network layout broadens the use scenarios of USDC and meets diversified transaction needs.
With respect to just securing more banking relationships and banking partnerships, making it easy for businesses to easily swap from fiat into digital assets. And that's a core aspect of what we do, providing that infrastructure for that seamless transition from fiat to stable coins and back to fiat. And I think that's one of the advantages that Circle has.
It has to be said that Circle and HKEX's operation really understands the minds of our users. Not only do they have more trading options, but they also narrow the gap between cryptocurrencies and traditional finance. Maybe they will have to rewrite the rules of stablecoin and fiat currency exchange. What's more interesting is that HKEX is not only eyeing Circle, but also its biggest rival Tether. According to an HKEX spokesperson, they are considering cooperating with Tether. In addition, they also want to get more stablecoin issuers to play together. It seems that this crypto financial drama is getting more and more lively. Speaking of Pump.Fun, it is a meme coin factory with its own traffic on the Solana chain. It became very popular as soon as it went online, but it also caused a lot of trouble. In February of this year, it and its senior management were exposed for suspected violations of meme coins and collected nearly $500 million in handling fees, which was really bold. In fact, as early as March last year, the British financial regulator had targeted it and issued a warning to it. As a result, Pump.Fun blocked all British users in anger. Last month, there was another rumor that the platform planned to hold a $1 billion token sale with a valuation of $4 billion. It seems that this rumor is not groundless. Pump.Fun may really be issuing coins this time, and the currency circle is going to be lively again.
Gate.io briefly launched a page on July 7th, disclosing that Pump had a token sale plan of up to $600 million, but the relevant page was quickly removed. Recently, Bybit officially announced that it will publicly sell Pump.Fun's native token Pump from July 12th to July 15th. The total number of tokens is 1 trillion and 150 billion will be issued this time, accounting for 15% of the total, with a price of 0.004 USDT per token.
So we're actually setting up a new entity. There will be the completely regulated entity. Under this new entity, we will try to get all the licenses globally and play the basically use the regulated approach.
Bybit's sale of Pump tokens is quite methodical. First, European users were kicked out directly, and citizens and residents of the United States and the United Kingdom were also out of the question. They were determined to comply with the regulations. After all, Bybit has been working hard in this area, and it quickly adjusted its strategy wherever the regulation was tight. Now the world is increasingly strict with cryptocurrency, especially with the EU's MiPay regulations, and exchanges have to cooperate. It is no exaggeration to say that it is a win-win situation that Pump tokens can be sold on Bybit this time. But then again, everyone is still a little worried. Will the previous legal turmoil of Pump.Fun cause some trouble for this coin issuance? All we can say is, let's wait and see.
Billionaire Mark Cuban recently publicly expressed his support for Elon Musk's establishment of the American Party and offered to assist the party in completing the ballot registration process. Recently, hackers used OP_turn messages to impersonate Wall Street institutions and target the whale wallets where the stolen money from MTGOX flowed, attempting to trick coin holders into submitting signatures and staging a scam in which one black eats another. According to the scores released by Artificial Analysis, Grok 4's intelligence index is 73, higher than OpenAI's O3 model S70. Google's Gemini 2.5 Pro is also 70. In the past 24 hours, HKEX has a cumulative net outflow of 1,559.71 bitcoins, of which Binance the outflow was 787.54, ranking first. Kraken ranked second, with an outflow of 675.58. Gemini ranked third, with an outflow of 327.40 pieces. Sun Yichin said on the X platform that his team pledged to buy $100 million worth of Trump tokens, calling it Make America Great Again. MAGA currency.
Okay, the above is the main content of today's program. Our channel focuses on valuable news in the currency circle, chain circle, and mining circle. There are news information and in-depth special reports. If you think our channel is valuable, you are welcome to forward and follow it. You can also become our member and receive the member wealth code from Monday to Friday. Let us become rich together and add a zero to our assets in the bull market. See you tomorrow.